Muted.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. Kind of our continuing weekly webinar series that Affiliated's been presenting for quite a few weeks now. Today, we're going to be joined by Paulino and some of the team from Media Solutions Corporation in Chandler, Arizona. Media Solutions Corporation is our partner when it comes to all things, especially website related. And today, digital signage is just kind of another nice package that they offer. So they'll be explaining what kind of what's all involved for those of you that might be already doing some form of digital signage today, or if you're just hoping to learn more about it and maybe you want to get into that space in your store, that's kind of what they'll be talking about. I just have one slide that I want to talk about very quickly. When it comes to interaction today, any questions that you might have, please ask those questions, and there's two ways to do it, and that's what the little black arrows are pointing to. The first little black arrow, you can raise your hand if you want to, and we'll see that on this side, and then we'll unmute your line on your side so that you can ask the question to the group, and myself or Paulino or somebody from the Media Solutions team will assist with that question. The other method is the second little black arrow at the bottom there. You can just use your control panel that's on your screen, go ahead and type in the question and push that little send button, and then we'll see those and we'll answer them that way. That second little black arrow, it looks like for most of us on the call today, is probably going to be the preferred way that we'd like to receive the question from you, because I can see that just about everybody that's joining today is just listening through their computer speakers, so you may or may not have a microphone to be able to ask your question audibly. So give me just a second here, and we are going to bring in Paulino. Paulino, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay, perfect. And then let me make your screen the boss. And you should be able to click on that show screen there, I think.
Yep.
Perfect. Looks good on our side. Paulino, why don't you go ahead and introduce who you have on your side, and then go ahead and take it away.
Great. Well, I've got Shane here with me. He actually created the presentation that we'll be showing today. Janet Smith is here as well, our Director of Operations. I'm sure all of you know her. And myself. So we'll be going over our digital signage program and answer any questions that we have with that after the presentation's over. So getting started, there we go. Okay, so increasing sales with digital signage. The first part we're going to go through here is the benefits of using digital signage. We actually have a case study that we're going to go through. This is with ShopRite from Connecticut. Case study using digital signage. Okay, in this case study, what we have, we've got a control set up with two stores. These are actually two stores that were in separate locations but nearby to the test store. These stores are not running digital signage, but they actually used static signs. And we'll also be using a third control store, which is the test store itself, but we'll be examining the previous year's sales that they had without the digital signage installed. The test store location installed the digital signage. They installed that into 4 different departments, the bakery department, meat, deli, and then also the natural and health foods. For the first 3 departments, we're comparing the sales as compared to the 2 control stores that were in nearby locations. Those are the ones that did not have digital signage installed, but were just using static or paper signs. And then for the fourth department, we'll be comparing the sales to the previous year's sales of the test store. In the first department, bakery, we can see that the digital signage actually was increased in 120% and 245% compared to the two test stores. Now, this signage that was used in here was for price and item. It was not on advertised items that were in the weekly ad for the store. Those same items were advertised in the two test control stores, but again, those were just static signs. In the meat department, same testing. We used the digital signage with price and item with unadvertised products. When we compare that to the two control stores, we can see that the increase was 107% and 56%. In the deli department, we had an increase of 121% and 69% compared to the two control stores, again using the digital signage to the static signage. And then for the natural and health foods, again, this was with the digital signage in the test store, comparing the previous year sales. The signage that was used here was not for price and item, but was just used for informational type signage, letting people know about the natural and health food section, just letting people know that we have a large selection of organic foods, gluten-free, this type of signage. And we saw a 42% increase in the sales as compared to the previous year when no digital signage was used. So in all cases, sales in the test stores were increased significantly compared to sales in the control stores. And then going into the different ways digital signage is actually used in the store. This will go over some of the different types of movies that we have. We've got the appeal shots, which is used basically to highlight in-season products and produce in your store, and also used for add-on items to increase the average sale per customer. These are basically going to be beauty shots that are going to be displayed. We also have the info type movies. These movies are used basically to give your customers quick information and facts to help them as far as their shopping experience goes. It can be information on services provided in your store, or on actual produce that you'd like to highlight, or products that you're highlighting in your store. We've got, of course, price and item, used to basically highlight products and specials that are in your store. We've also got menu boards. These are, of course, very popular. We've got some that we're creating right now for some of the stores. Breakfast menus, lunch, deli menus. These can all be created for your stores, customized. And then we can also use the scheduler, which we'll talk about later on, to have these available at certain times of the day. And then the last one are custom movies. These can be used for anything from custom events, community events, promoting different in-store programs such as Bright Aisle or the text message program, and also just to promote different activities or events going on around the store or the community. The digital signage tools that we have as far as managing content. We've got our digital player scheduler. This basically allows you to create playlists and have those playlists play during certain times of the day. It's really as easy as going in and selecting the playlist that you'd like, a start and end time, as well as the days that you'd like for it to display. Of course, the main use for this is going to be for menu boards. You might have different menu boards in breakfast time, and then for lunch and dinner. but you could use it really for any type of movies that you want playing during different times of the day or in certain days of the week. And here we have our new signage editor. The signage editor allows you to create appeal shots, info shots, and price and item signage all on your own. Basically, it's an easy-to-use interface to create the movies, just a few minutes, and then you can add those into your playlist. For the signage editor, there's a $25 weekly fee, and that allows you to create an unlimited amount of slides and movies. You can go in there, select the appeal shots that we have available in our library, and then overlay the text above them as far as the message goes, or if you want to create price and item. As far as getting started with digital signage, there's a few steps as far as getting started. The first thing you'd want to do really is to survey your store, find the best place for the monitors, and how many screens you're going to need in your store. Purchasing those monitors, and then go ahead and get a hold of us here at Media Solutions, and we can get the media players ordered and sent out to your store. Once you receive the media players and you have your players installed, you can install the players with the monitors, and those can connect to your Wi-Fi connection so that they're able to download the movies that are assigned to it. As well as doing the hardware, also deciding on what content and movies you want to display on those. Basically, what you want to do is get us the information on any custom menus or custom signage that you want created as early as possible so we can get those ready for you and they're available once you're ready to launch. Then we'll also set up a GoToMeeting type session similar to this one-on-one where we can get you trained on using the scheduler and the signage editor if you choose to use that, and just get you familiar with creating playlists and assigning those playlists to the different players. As far as the cost for digital signage, the media players themselves are $500 each. There also is a $10 fee for the store. That's to access our library and content that we have available for you. And there's also a $5 fee per player for the bandwidth and the connection fee. As far as additional signage costs go and options, we do have a few options available as far as creating the menu boards, the signage editor. Some of those we would custom quote you on a cost for those, so it's best just to get a hold of us and we can get you a quote on what it would be for menu boards and things like that. And then as far as getting started, you can of course email us at webhelp@mediasolutionscorp.com or give us a call at area code 480-639-1200. And that's our presentation, Rob, and we'll be glad to take any questions you might have.
I actually got just a couple here, but anybody who has questions, please go ahead and start to submit those now. I think something that everybody will kind of understand just a little bit when it comes to a program that you can compare this to. I know we have a lot of our customers that are using the Adergy in-store audio service.
Sure.
This is very similar. You know, you get a media player, and with the Adergy service, you hook the media player into your you know, speakers that play throughout the store for all types of content that plays through that media player. Just for everybody on the call, this is no different. This is it's just a different media player, and it's outputting to TVs that you have you know, placed strategically throughout your store. So you know, anybody who's interested in getting into this space that's using Adergy today, very, very similar service. You know, it's just that the content is a little bit different. Even the way that you load your content to the media players, very similar. You go to a website for Adergy or for Media Solutions digital content service. You can go to a website and then you can choose the content that is playing to however media players that you have in your store. So I wanted to kind of just make that comparison for anybody on the call today.
Absolutely.
do we have and you probably don't, and maybe you're not prepared for this, Paulino, but do we have any testimonials, or are there any affiliated customers that are using the service today that might be able, that some of our customers that are thinking about getting into the space might be able to reach out to them to ask them any questions?
Wow, that's actually a really good question. We don't have anything prepared right now, but I'm sure we could get something together for you.
Okay, that might be good. That I'm going to be sending out a survey to everybody on the call today, so maybe Paulino, you and I could get together and we could figure out who some good contacts might be that are using the service today that might be willing to offer some insights and the hows and the whats and the whys and all of that type of stuff when it comes to this service.
Sure.
And then this is for my clarification. Is it one media player per TV, or is there any type of dual output to multiple TVs or anything like that, Paulino?
There's not any dual output, but yeah, basically it's one player per monitor. The players are actually pretty small. Most people are just velcroing them to the back of the TV, and there's just a single cable from the player into the monitor, just an HDMI connection.
Gotcha. And then the only other cables that they need is just they have to run an internet cable and the power cable to the media player, correct?
Exactly. The power cable, the internet cable is great if they have it available, depending on how their store set up. If not, they can use the Wi-Fi connection as well.
Oh, good. The media players have built-in Wi-Fi also.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, well, we're going to hang tight for just a minute. Anybody that has questions, go ahead and start to submit those now. Thank you. Today was short and sweet, Paulino. Good job. I like it. Everybody can get back to work, right?
Yeah, it's not quite as complicated as the explaining the Bright Isle app.
Yeah, this is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, this is for you guys. This is 3 down and 1 more to go. This is your guys' 3rd presentation, correct?
That's correct.
What do we got left? Online shopping sometime in January, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what, guys? We're going to go ahead and we're going to close it down because I'm not seeing that anybody has any questions. Paulino, Janet, everybody at MSC, I forget who else is on the call, but thank you very much. Great job. And everybody else that is on the call today, have a great day.
And Rob, if I could just put in here also, we're going to be working on getting the webinars up on our website soon. They're not there yet, but we will get that hopefully up there soon. So if anybody wants to go and review them, if they have questions, they can contact us after that.
Oh, perfect. That's good to know. That the ditto for affiliated, because we post all of our webinars on our members portal. So there'll be kind of a couple of outlets where people can go to watch those webinars, I think.
Great.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Everybody have a great day.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.